Coming up on the show, our very own Huey Tarlick went out for a spectacular event at the Hattiesburg Zoo. More on that at the top of the show.
The Hattiesburg community has welcomed a new popular attraction, a 12-foot skeleton. Don't believe it? Stay tuned to learn more.
Later on in the show, we'll also get the latest in USM sports along with our Player of the Week. All of this and more on SMTV. SMTV News Wednesday, October 25th starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello, USM, and thank you for tuning in for another edition of SMTV. I'm Larissa Lee.
And I'm Bethal Miles, and here's our top news stories for tonight.
The Hattiesburg Zoo hosted their annual Zoo Boo. Our very own Huey Tarlick has more on the story.
The Hattiesburg Zoo has been up to a lot recently. Miss Kristen Moore, the zoo curator, has more.
Everything is new and exciting here at the zoo. So we've had a lot of new animals come in over the last couple of months. We've got our spider monkeys, our female howler monkey, a brand new giraffe this week that came in, and then today we had our brand new Malayan tiger. Bunya come in.
I am here at the Hattiesburg Zoo where a lot has been going on. With the arrival of a new giraffe, a tiger, and a monkey, the zoo has also been preparing for their annual Zoo Boo event. This event is an 11-night spectacular event that the zoo holds to invite the community out for a little scare. With the Zoo Boo event in full throttle, I had the chance to speak with the guest service supervisor, Mr. Luna, and this is what he had to say.
Zoo Boo is Hattiesburg Zoo at night. It is starting at 5:30 all the way to 8:30, and it is a time where guests get unlimited rides on the train. There is special decor out. There is specialized treats at all of our food locations, and it is just a good experience, a good time to dress up, and you will see tons of families dressing up in themed costumes, and it's just a great time. Lots of laughs for families and everyone here in the Hattiesburg area.
Stay tuned for more events here in Hattiesburg. This has been Huey Tarlick reporting for SM2.
A new attraction has made its way to downtown Hattiesburg. This new attraction is hard to miss, literally. Many small businesses came together this Halloween season to create an engaging tour throughout the district using 12-foot skeletons. Right, 12-foot skeletons. Each skeleton is stationed in front of a retailer, a restaurant, or an attraction downtown. Each business decorated its skeleton with a theme that tied into its business or inspired the downtown aesthetic. Some skeletons have a unique QR code that when scanned displays the skeleton's function, backstory, and details about the business. Stops on the Hattiesburg Skeletor include many companies that benefit from the tour. Carmen Ford, the business owner of Grateful Soul Foods, tells us where the skeleton got her name.
Bertha, we named her after the Grateful Dead, which is the name that we got for the restaurant. She is our skeleton this year.
For more information, visit the Lucky Rabbit or Bloom's Company on Facebook.
In the Thad Cochran Center Ballroom, SMAC and the Forensic Science Society hosted a murder mystery scene to the students on campus. The event was a masquerade dinner-themed party. The tables were set with masks and envelopes with mystery cards inside of them. They even included different foods and drinks to enjoy while the acts played out. In the murder mystery, you had to find the suspect who killed the victim. And there were only 7 suspects, and while the scenes played out, evidence is presented on the slideshows for the students to figure out. All SMAC events are free to students with their student ID. For more information, go follow SMAC on their Instagram at USM_SMAC.
The University of Southern Mississippi hosted this year's MSPA Day event. Over 400 high school students attended this event. The students were here to learn all about broadcasting, and some even had the opportunity to report on the event. Here is Richard Sullivan, one of these lucky students who got to report on the event with more.
The Mississippi Scholastic Press Association event was held this year at the University of Southern Mississippi. I had the opportunity to speak with the director of the School of Media and Communication, Dr. Ed Simpson, about what happens behind the scenes to make this event possible.
So the process for organizing and managing this convention begins months in advance. I know the students probably don't see all of that, but everything from arranging for the caterers to deliver the food to setting up the rooms, the chairs, the tables, the tablecloths, to making sure that all the technology in the session rooms work, to making sure that you as students know when and where and how to get here.
Hi, I'm Richard Sullivan here at the Thad Cochran Center on the University of Southern Miss's campus. Today is MSPA Day. MSPA stands for the Mississippi Scholastic Press Association. Here, hundreds of students came out to further their passion in media. I had the chance to speak with a few of the students about their thoughts and how they found it important.
I really like the sessions and going to the interviewing session. It gets to help learning a little bit more about how to interview, and the sessions really help.
Representation and having all of the tools that I need to be able to make a good yearbook because I'm on the yearbook staff and tell what our school's about.
I'm Richard Sullivan, reporting at the University of Southern Mississippi for MSPA Day.
Yes. For more information on the Mississippi Scholastic Press Association or the National Scholastic Press Association, you can visit the website at studentpress.org. Again, that is studentpress.org, or contact the director of the School of Media, Dr. Ed Simpson.
With Breast Cancer Awareness Month coming to a close, our very own reporter Jaterica Wilson gives us this great in-depth look at breast cancer.
Breast cancer awareness is celebrated in the month of October of each year, and every survivor's story is different.
It's different, I'm different, but I feel great. I went through all my treatments and everything, and I'm thinking, you know, oh wow, I'm gonna die or something like that. But God spared my life, and now I can tell other women, you can do it, you can beat this.
Most people who have survived breast cancer encourage others to get seen about as quick as possible.
Even if you're scared, go, because it's a silent killer. You won't even know it's happening. A lot of people have went and just for a regular mammogram and discovered they had breast cancer. So it's very important that you go.
It is very important for women to get their mammograms starting at age 40 annually. If you have a history of family history of breast cancer or a genetic disorder, they can start at 35 and then annually.
As you can see, people have survived breast cancer and it is treatable, but it's also important to know that you need to catch it while it's early. Breast cancer is more common than you think. It can happen to anyone at any time, and that's why it's so important that women go get checked regularly to make sure that they don't have it. And it's okay to be afraid to go to the doctor, but don't let that stop you. And especially if you're like me with a history of breast cancer in your family, please go get checked regularly.
We'll give you the latest news on what's happening around the belt and the nation with our weekly flash news briefing.
Stay tuned for news and more. Here's a quick look at your USM traffic cam on Hardy Street provided by MDOT.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick And if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
I am studying to be a NICU nurse to give back that same care that I received. I was born at 26 weeks and was in the NICU for 89 days. Having a support system like March of Dimes is it's needed, it's necessary. Improving maternal and infant health is as important today as it was then. Join me in making a difference in the lives of families everywhere.
Welcome back, and here's your flash news briefing for this week. In local news, a suspect has been arrested for the murder of a Jackson State student. Sunday, JSU student Jalen Burns was fatally shot at University Point Apartments, according to his father. Burns was attempting to break up a fight when the crime was committed. Authorities have arrested 19-year-old Joshua Brown, another Jackson State student. Hinds County Judge Johnny McDaniels decided not to grant bond to the suspect, as she stated he was at flight risk and a danger to the community.
In state news, the Rankin County Deputy's Department has granted Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey an over $20,000 pay raise. This makes Sheriff Brian Bailey the highest earning Mississippi sheriff of all time. His pay now sits at a yearly income of over $140,000, which is almost $20,000 more than the salary of State Governor Tate Reeves. However, some officials claim the raise shouldn't have been granted. State legislation has capped a sheriff's salary in counties with population counts Rankin meets at $119,000. This was also put into place 12 days after 5 Rankin County deputies were arrested for using their power to torture and sexually abuse 2 black men in January.
National news. In national news, the city of Baltimore has agreed to pay $48 million to 3 men who were wrongfully convicted of murder as teenagers and served 36 years in their prison system. Alfred Chestnut, Ransom Watkins, and Andrew Stewart were all 16 when they were arrested for the murder of 14-year-old Dwight Duckett in 1983. But evidence has recently come to light proving the 3 men are innocent. This evidence was initially hidden from attorneys during trial and was only ever revealed after Chestnut's records were requested. The Baltimore Conviction Integrity Unit discovered that investigators and prosecutors ignored eyewitness and physical evidence that contradicted their own narrative, including evidence linked to another suspect. The board estimates approved the $48 million lawsuit last Friday, finally granting them a shred of the justice they deserved. Larissa, it's been feeling a little warm out here, hasn't it?
I thought it was fall temperatures. It was not. It's summer again.
No, 100%. I mean, I just feel like it's changing rapidly.
Amari, why don't you tell us how the weather is looking out there for the Pine Belt?
What's up, Hattiesburg? I'm Amari Anderson. We are here for yet another week bringing you your Hub City weather. Without further ado, it's time to jump right into your SMTV forecast for the week. We've got a lot to go over, so let's get right to it. Today's forecast will bring you a high of 83 and a low of 62. It'll be hottest around 2 to 3 p.m., so don't let the temperature in the morning trick you to thinking it'll be cool today. Heading into our 5-day forecast, Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high of 82 and a low of 61, with a 23% chance of rain. As far as this weekend goes, it's looking a little cloudy here in Hattiesburg. Saturday taking us into the weekend with a high of 86 and a low of 61. Sunday looks to be about the same with a high of 86 and a low of 61, with those rain chances lowering about 9%. You won't be needing your umbrella at all this week as rain chances are low all across the board. Here's a more in-depth look at your rain chances for the next 7 days. Today, there's a 7% chance of rain. Most of the week ranges from a 7 to 25% chance, so you can feel free to leave your umbrella at home for the week. The highest chance of rain is Thursday, though coming in at about 23%. I'm Amari Anderson, and this has been your weather forecast for Hattiesburg. Stay tuned for more weather updates right here on SMTV, powered by SM2. When you need to know what weather happens in the Pine Belt, SM2 has you covered.
Thank you so much, Amari. Larissa, I definitely can tell that we're starting to get some slight winter temperatures, but it's still hot outside somehow. What is going on?
I'm just hoping that maybe next week things will cool down. I can get back to wearing my sweaters.
Yes, cardigan season.
So we still have more left in the show. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. SMTV will be right back.
Are you ready to help your family get prepared for the unexpected? Here we go! Ladybug and Cat Noir know how important it is to be ready, because you never know when Hawkmoth is going to strike or a disaster will hit. And you don't need miraculous powers. Just put those planning skills you already have to good use. Make a plan that will help you and your family be ready when emergencies happen. Ready Kids can help. Get started at ready.gov/kids.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
I'm Zion Cochran, your 4th Street and SM2 sports reporter. It's weekend and I have all things Eagle sports coming up. Let's go. Now into the soccer field. In the final home matchup of the season, the Golden Eagles faced off against the ULM Warhawks. They also celebrated Senior Day, recognizing the seniors of the team. The end result of the game was a 2-2 draw. This was the second tie of the season for the Golden Eagles. The Southern Miss soccer team will now head to San Marcos, Texas for their last regular season matchup against Texas State on October 26th. This event will be live streamed on ESPN+. The South Alabama curse lives on, Southern Mississippi. The South Alabama Jaguars absolutely dismantled and dominated every facet of the game, leading to a 55-3 victory over the Southern Miss Eagles. All aspects of the game were horrible for the Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagle defense allowed 7 touchdowns. Yes, 7 touchdowns. All were rushing touchdowns. 4 of the touchdowns came from the Jaguar running back, senior LaDamian Webb, who had 20 carries for 102 rushing yards. The one scoring drive for USM came from Andrew Stein, who nailed a 32-yard field goal to deny the South Alabama Jaguars a shutout victory. The Golden Eagles' next challenge lies ahead in Boone, North Carolina versus the Appalachian State Mountaineers on October 28th at 2:30 p.m. Now into the hardwood, guys. On Tuesday, October 24th at 7 p.m. marked the beginning of the basketball season in Reed Green. The Golden Eagles went up against the Fighting Okras in an exhibition game. The Eagles won in dominating fashion, winning 101-65. The leading scorers were forward Victor Hart with 20 points and the guard Austin Crawley with 17 points. The Eagles' next matchup will be against the Mississippi State Bulldogs on Sunday, October 29th at 2 p.m. in a charity game. Good luck, Golden Eagles. Now on to women's. The women's will play an exhibition game versus Mississippi College on Wednesday, November 1st at 6 p.m. Be there or be square. Now for your 4th Street Player of the Week. Last but not least, your 4th Street Sports Player of the Week is Mia Wesley, who won back-to-back. She had 12 kills versus the Arkansas State Red Wolves in a reverse sweep. Congratulations, Mia Wesley. I'm Zion Cochran, and this has been your 4th Street Sports of the Week, powered by SM2 Media. If you want to stay in the game, then visit sm2media.com or catch 4th Street Sports in the Student Press on 4th Street Sports on WSM 88.5 every Monday at 5 p.m. and every week on SMTV. I'm signing off. Now on to your very own Amaya Norman for her very special Golden Eagle Spotlight. Until next time, bleed black and gold, Golden Eagles.
Welcome back to a new episode of Golden Eagle Spotlight. I am your host, Amaya Norman, and on today's show, we have an Outreach and Marketing Director, Volunteer Coordinator, Research Development Director, and Communication Director, Akwete Muhammad.
Yes, hi, Miss Amaya.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm excited to be sitting with you and glad you pulled everything together today.
Thank you for being here today.
Oh, girl, it's my privilege. I love hanging out with y'all, love USM. Love the spotlight, so I'm just humbled.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Can you tell us about the Habitat for Humanity of Pine Belt?
Yes, ma'am. So Habitat for Humanity of the Pine Belt is a wonderful nonprofit. We've been in the Pine Belt area since 1989. We've built over 70 houses across our 4 service counties of Forest, Lamar, Marion, and Jones County. We have a huge footprint. Our focus and our niche is actually housing affordability and sustainable housing. So we assist moms and dads in becoming homeowners. We help those families that typically fall through the cracks who can't afford to obtain a normal mortgage, either through Trustmark, Cadence Bank, a Wells Fargo. We assist those families in obtaining a low interest rate mortgage. We actually give it at near 0% interest. The average mortgage for a Habitat home is between $450 and $475 a month, and that's taxes and insurance. So that is a really sought after partnership as it pertains to Habitat for Humanity. We are actually represented in over 70 countries across the world. A lot of people think that, I know it is, a lot of people think that Jimmy Carter and his beautiful wife started Habitat. It's not true. They were just best friends with a wonderful family by the name of the Millard family. The Millard family were a very wealthy family that lived in Georgia at the time. And they were just tired of being rich. So they gave up all their riches, they sold everything they owned, and they moved to Africa. Yeah, they moved to Africa. They got to Africa and realized how the people were living in little mud huts, and it just touched their hearts. So they built the first Habitat home in Africa. And it kind of just grew from there.
So it started in Africa.
It did.
Okay.
It did. So they built the first home there in Africa, and his best friend was the peanut farmer, our former president, Mr. Jimmy Carter. And once Jimmy Carter lent his notoriety and his wife, it just kind of snowballed and took off from there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so our home office is actually based in Atlanta, Habitat International.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about our affiliate is that we get to use the name Habitat, but they allow us to run the affiliate the way we see fit, as long as we're using their likeness and their logos and the colors and all that good stuff. But each affiliate has all the autonomy that we need to continue to go out into the community and make a difference. So Habitat assists low-income families with obtaining home ownership, and that's what we do.
Are there any volunteer opportunities?
Yes, ma'am. There are always opportunities to volunteer with Habitat. We have various volunteers that come and visit us from churches and schools and high schools and college students. They can actually volunteer at our Habitat houses, which we always have opportunities available. They can volunteer at our Habitat Restore, which is like a mini Lowe's department store where we sell gently used items back to the public. They can be floor tiles, kitchen sinks, vanities, light fixtures, anything to make a house a home. We always need help itemizing and getting those things out to the sales floor. And then of course they can assist us with our ramp builds, which we are very proud of to have introduced to the community, our Ramp Up Pine Belt ramp ministry, where we help build handicap accessible ramps for community members that really need it. So we're very excited. They can reach out to us anytime. I am the volunteer coordinator, Ms. Akwete Muhammad, at 601-582-4663.
Thank you so much for giving us so much of good, wonderful information.
Thank you,
and thank you for giving us your time and being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ladybug. Have a good one.
You too.
Yes, ma'am.
And always remember, Southern Miss to the top.
Hey, Dondria, tell us what you got for the community calendar.
How's it going, my loves? My name is Dondra Burris, and I'm here with the community calendar, where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. Southern Miss Campus Recreation and the Residence Hall Association will be hosting House of Pain on Thursday, October 26th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Pain Center. If you're into all things spooky and Halloween, this event is just for you. Just be sure to bring your student IDs. Do haunted houses scare you? Well, USM SMAC invites you to a Fright Fest on Friday, October 27th from 7 to 9 p.m. at Spirit Park. Student ID is required for entry. Come out if you dare. Who is Aunt Jones and Big Picture Marketing presents the DJ Made Me Do It R&B and Southern Style on Saturday, October 28th at Pat's Bar and Grill on 5619 Highway 42, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Whip out your hottest costumes and come out to enjoy for a good time. On October 27th, 28th, and 31st, North Forest Volunteer Fire Department presents Haunted Forest at 2315 Glensdale Avenue, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It will be their 33rd year of screams through a dark, winding trail deep into the woods where terror is sure to find you. Can you make it all the way through? If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. Be sure to check out Southern Miss Today, Monday through Thursday at noon on WUSM 88.5. Also, pick up the latest edition of the Student Prints Around Campus, and be sure to keep tuning in to SMTV. Visit our website at sm2media.com to keep up with all of our news. I am Dondra Burris, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Thank you so much for watching SMTV. Make sure to visit our social media pages and like and follow our YouTube channel. Subscribe to Southern Miss Student Media on YouTube as well. And if you would like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
Also, if you would like to advertise with SM2 Media, please reach out to Josh Wilson at joshua.wilson@usm.edu. You can find all of these stories and more on our website, sm2media.com.
That's it for SMTV. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week. Southern Miss
to the top.